Oh my god, hey! Welcome back to my theatre-themed YouTube channel. My name is Mickey Jo, and I am obsessed with all things theatre. I am a content creator and a critic and a pundit, and today I am going to be listening to a relatively new musical theatre cast recording for the very first time and reacting to it in real time, completely unedited. Are you excited? You should be excited. So last weekend I posted one of these videos and I was reacting to the Little Big Things cast recording, a West End show, and now we are travelling over to Broadway, figuratively speaking, because I'm going to be listening to the new revival cast recording of Merrily We Roll Along. I already named it my favourite show of 2023, the best Broadway show I saw last year, but I haven't listened to the cast recording yet, even though it's been out for a few weeks now, because I knew I wanted to make this video. Now we're doing something a little bit different today, because if you didn't know, Merrily We Roll Along is a musical that features a score by Stephen Sondheim, and it's structurally notable for the fact that the narrative takes place in reverse. We start at the end of the story and then we gradually move backwards across a couple of decades through the lives of these three friends. You'll find out more when you listen to this cast recording with me. But what I thought would be fun is if we take the songs on the cast recording and put them back into chronological order so everything's actually happening in the correct time, which at best is a willful misunderstanding of the show's theatrical capabilities and intentions, and at worst is a bastardization of its potency. However, in the name of a little bit of silliness, I thought it would be intriguing. We'll see if it hits differently listening to it in chronological order. I have listened to Merrily, the original cast recording, so many times. I've seen the show a bunch of times in different productions. I've never thought about going back and listening to it in chronological order. So we're going to see what happens today. People who haven't seen the show, this may even give you a better understanding of the plot. People who have seen the show, let's experiment with this together, shall we? So the way that this works with the Merrily cast recording, if you want to listen to it in chronological order, is they do the time jumps every time there is a transition. It's not that every single song goes backwards in time. We move to a time period, we sing a few songs, and then we move backwards again. So you'll see from the order I've put it in the correct chronological order, but basically you just go through all of the time jump sections backwards, but you have to be careful around the interval. Anyway, let's just get on with it and listen to the new Broadway cast recording of Merrily We Roll Along. I can't hear anything I'm saying anymore. These noise-cancelling headphones are amazing. Oh my gosh. It's a slow opener. Obviously, not the overture. That's going to come at the end. Bending with the road, gliding through the countryside. This is like a more sinister opening to the show. I'm catching them. Catch those dreams. This is how I would choreograph the show, which is why it should never happen. Dreams that will explode, also oddly threatening. There's a sinister edge to this, isn't there? Deliberately. This comes at the end of the show, so there are implications. For us, this is just the beginning. I love the clarity of this. You can hear this hushed tone from the ensemble. I will question at this point what Merrily We Roll Along actually means. Love that. Is that a saxophone? It sounds like a saxophone. Something sensual about it. Do we get the whole scene? I don't think we get the scene. No, we're not going to get the scene. God, imagine starting with this. I'm not emotionally prepared to start with this. Whose idea was this?
Something is stirring, shifting ground. It's just begun.
Sing it, Christoph. Who is Jonathan Groff to you in terms of popular culture? Is he Jesse St. James? Is he Christoph? Is he Melchior from Spring Awakening?
Feel the flow, hear what's happening, we're what's happening.
La 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 la.
Don't you know, we're the movers and we're the shapers.
I remember singing this in my first year Musical Theatre Society showcase.
Up to us, man,
Memories.
to show 'em.
Oh, that one sustained high note in the orchestration. Beautiful, hopeful vocals from Jonathan Groff. I wonder what order they recorded this in. Doesn't seem important. That's a hard note to place. On a challenging vowel sound, he made it sound effortless. What?
everything.
It's the only time anyone's ever made me believe that line because it wasn't sung.
So much stuff to
He does
sing.
wide-eyed very well.
And you and me, we'll be singing it like the birds. Me with music and you the words.
Lovely lyrics.
Tell them things they don't know.
Again, beautiful placement.
To us, pal, to show 'em.
This is Daniel Radcliffe on a lower harmony. I like how he joined there and then Jonathan Groff eased off to let him finish the line. That was natural.
Our time, breathe it in.
There's the softness of this.
Worlds to change and worlds to win.
I don't think I've ever done a cast recording reaction where it started this small.
Me and you, pal, me and you. Feel the flow, hear what's happening, we're what's happening.
Love that harmony.
Long ago,
And this one.
all we had was that funny feeling.
It's hard to place, Daniel.
Saying someday we'd send them reeling. Now it looks like we can.
Lovely. Lovely work, gentlemen.
Someday just began.
I have very little to react to about it. It's just nice. It's just nice. Choral?
It's our heads on the block.
Too soon.
Give us room and start the clock. Our time coming through. Me and you, pal, me.
There's a bit of a growl behind that.
Me and you.
He really means this. It's like me and you. You. Lindsay Mendez.
Something is stirring, shifting ground. It's just begun.
Literally just repeating the lyrics from the beginning.
Edges are blurring all around, and
Daniel Radcliffe.
yesterday's done. Feel the flow, hear what's happening, we're what's happening.
Still no Lindsay Mendez. Does she not sing in this? Am I misremembering this?
Don't you know, we're the movers and we're the shapers. We're the names in tomorrow's papers. Up to us now to show 'em.
I can't remember what happens next. Orchestration that subtly bit bigger. Here's Lindsay Mendez.
Worlds to change and worlds to win.
These voices together.
Our
So good.
turn coming through. Me and you, pal, me and
She's
you.
up in the soprano range.
Years from now, we'll remember and we'll come
See, what
back
is this lyric?
by the rooftop and hang a plaque.
Okay.
This
The way
is
they
where
emphasized
we began.
by the rooftop makes it sound like they're going to come back and buy the rooftop rather than we'll come back by the rooftop, like we'll swing by, because I've always wondered this. I could look it up. I have the lyric book over there. I've chosen not to.
It's our heads on the block.
Choral.
Give us room and start the clock. Our dreams coming true. Me and you, pal, me and you. Me and
I just know listening to this in reverse is a horrible idea because I feel so joyous and optimistic. But it does mean I can listen to this song without that, like, tortured despair quality. The sudden drop back on the you. That's the whole tortured despair thing. That's the whole, like, that was their optimism, but we know, having already seen the rest of the show. God, there's so many layers. There's so many layers, like an onion. What is happening next? Another transition. So we're now moving forwards in time. We are progressing, you and I. Me and you. Me and you. Me and... What's happening? Jesus. Yesterday is done? No. Oh no, this is the end. This is the end. Nice. Yay. Everyone leaves the theatre. Goodbye to the Hudson. No, we have more.
how does it happen?
Next transition.
Once it was all so clear.
Ba-da-da.
How did you get so far off the track?
Da,
Why
da,
did
da,
you turn
da.
around and go
Sort of slithery like a snake.
How does it happen?
How does it
Where is
happen?
the moment?
Who knows?
When did the road behind disappear?
One might ask.
Where did you let things slip out of gear?
How did you ever get to be here? 1959.
1958.
So that's when we are. Do we think that's what inspired Hamilton's, like, this is what year it is, 1783, whatever? I think so. Lynn loves a bit of Sondheim.
How's it going? Good, you?
I'm not going to attempt to mime this entire thing. This is Opening Doors.
I think I got a job.
Where?
True Romances.
Posing.
Thank you. Writing captions.
What about the book?
What about the book?
Nothing. Are you working on the book?
Yes.
Good.
No.
Mary.
Right, I know. Yes, me and Balzac.
Imagine trying to perform this as a one-person. Someone's done it, I'm sure, at a cabaret somewhere. I love hearing this melody come together. We're going to get to hear the whole development of this melody over the course of listening to this in reverse. How fun for us. I'm excited. How did they record this? That's the question. How are they creating these sounds? Who had that job?
I finished the one
I
act.
got an audition.
Started the story?
Rehearsal pianist.
So where are we eating?
I'm moving to Playboy.
Publisher
Good
called
cra-
me.
I'm doing a rewrite.
He so quickly asks about food. I've never noticed that.
Rewrote the rewrite.
Sort of enjoyed it.
Like, is he not meant to enjoy My Fair Lady?
We're opening doors.
I like him pretending not to be like, I sort of enjoyed My Fair Lady.
We're filling up days on a dime.
There's a line in the show about them seeing second acts of many Broadway shows, because during those days, people would, if they couldn't afford to see the show, sneak in with the audience during intermission. They'd go outside and like have a cigarette, and then you'd go and join them and sneak back in. It's a bit more rigorous these days. I don't know what I'm miming. This is a trumpet. I'm doing trombone. I'll stop. Some lovely whistling. Is Groff doing his own whistling, do we think?
Called a producer.
I sent off the one
I
act.
started the story.
He said to come see him.
I dropped out of college.
I met this musician.
Same.
Playing a nightclub.
They're doing my one
I'm
act.
working for Red
Lovely
Bull.
bit.
The ballad.
I finished
What
the
is
story.
Red Buck? I should look this up.
Throughout the story, and then the musician. I'm moving to popular science.
We're opening doors, singing, look who's here. Beginning
Lovely.
to
I like that.
sail
Look who's here.
on a dime. That faraway shores, getting very near.
Oh, the placement of Lindsay Mendez on this. Oh my gosh.
Haven't got time.
That was great. Ba, 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 ba. Did I just hum when he whistled and whistled when he I can't get it right. We're not in sync, you and I, Jonathan. Creeping. You're going to hear that later in Franklin Shepherding.
1 minute.
That diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle.
Hi.
Mary.
Say hello.
I got another job.
Where?
Chic.
What's that?
A brand new concept. Pop-up picture.
I still don't know what that means.
What about the book?
Did you give the publisher the book?
Yes.
Good.
No,
I love the
hurry.
through gritted teeth. What about the book?
This is just a draft.
Right.
Probably it stinks.
Right.
Haven't had the time
That
to
melody we
polish.
talked about, it's evolved.
Who wants to live in New York? Who wants to worry, the noise, the dirt, the heat? Who wants the garbage cans clanging in the streets? Suddenly I do.
Don't we all?
They're always popping their cork. I'll fix that line.
We've
The drums, the
transitioned.
cabbies, the sales
They're auditioning
girls
the
of
song
sax. You gotta
for a big
have
Broadway
real taste
producer.
for a maniac. Suddenly I do.
That's great. That's swell.
Here he is.
The other stuff as well.
Oh, I like that little...
It is an everyday
Oh, he's
hit,
jazzy
so
with
it's
it.
Strong. But fellas, if I may, there's only one thing wrong. There's not a tune you can hum. There's not a tune you go bum 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 dum. You need
The
a
real
tune you go
insult
bum,
here
bum, bum,
is that
dum.
he's singing their own melody back to them as an example of what a hummable tune would be in telling them theirs isn't. It's like, it should be like bum 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 de dum, which is what they've just sung to him. The Stravinsky line is a reference to an actual anecdote, and it was something a producer or an investor told Bernstein about West Side Story. It had too much Stravinsky in it, which is mind-boggling.
Who wants to live in New York?
Sell it, Daniel.
I always hated the dirt, the heat, the noise, but ever since I met you, I...
What do we think that lyric would have been? Like, I want to hear the full version of that version of what the song ends up being Good Thing Going. Answers in the comments below. What is he incorrectly humming here? It's close, but it's not quite right. It is Some Enchanted Evening. It is an allusion to Some Enchanted Evening. Everything's now a lot more
They ran out of money.
empty, hopeless, despair.
My book was rejected.
The nightclub was raided. I have to start coaching.
My parents are coming.
They screwed up the laundry.
Wallet was stolen.
I saw the musician.
We're being evicted.
I'm having a breakdown.
We'll all get
I
together.
want to know more about the musician.
Singing.
What's his story?
It's less of a sail than a climb. That faraway shores farther every day. We're learning to ricochet.
Great lyric.
Still have a lot
We're
to
learning to
say.
ricochet.
You know what we'll do?
What?
We'll do a review.
He's so enthused.
We'll do a
They both
review of our own.
The acting choices here are great.
Why?
When?
Not just
The laughing
songs, but
why.
stories, scenes, piano pieces, mime.
Yeah.
Frankly, Frank.
Showcase
The
of
scream
our
on
own.
mime.
The club's reopening.
Everything.
A lot of new stuff.
Rewrite old stuff.
What about the girl?
What about the girl?
Only that we're gonna need a girl.
Well, Mary.
Thanks, I don't perform except at dinner.
Oh, Jesus. Beautiful work from Lindsay Mendez there, giving you Turner Classic Movies.
I could sing higher.
Who wants to live in New York? Who wants to live in New York?
Oh, I forgot about this one. She
Who wants to...
just goes round and round. I mean, she has a lovely tone. They should probably be more understanding.
They're always
Or does she run away?
Up a tone.
Here we go.
The cops, the cabbies, the sales girls, up
a
and
tone.
sacks. You gotta have a real taste for maniacs.
Thank you.
I would lose my entire mind if I went to an audition and every line was like upper tone. I'm like,
I stink.
I'm married.
Charlie.
By the way, I'm told
I have
we
decent
both
ears, but that's a challenge.
What? You're not serious?
Nobody's
What day
ready.
of the week is it now? That's what I want to
Your
know.
songs aren't finished?
And what about costumes?
And how do I learn all these numbers?
I'll bring you the copies.
Not to mention, I still haven't
I like how hairline runs over and changes the ribbon. Still going.
Don't worry about it on Sunday. We're opening doors. Singing.
Yay, it's hopeful again.
We're filling up days on a dime.
It's me pretending to flip a dime. How much is a dime? I don't know.
Following every star. There's not enough time.
Modulate.
Doors, shouting, here
Oh, it's joyous.
risking it all on a dime.
It's good like marching song.
Doors, looking
I feel like I'm leading a parade of animated creatures.
we know we should count to 10. We haven't got time.
The harmonies. Resolve it.
We haven't got time.
Ah. In the fanfare at the end, you heard the melody that he's writing again. Punchy.
Traveling so fly, flashing by the countryside.
Flashing. Okay. I'm going to count the number of times they say countryside, because
Catching a dream.
tell me what that actually means. I worship every lyric in this show except for that one. We are constantly invoking the... We're constantly invoking the countryside. What does it mean?
1960.
There's something aggressive about the way they're saying merrily. Mysterious again. It's like a 1970s detective show introduction. That grinds to a halt and ends in a hole.
1960.
It's 1960.
Gosh, what a swell year it's been.
Gosh.
So many blessings.
This is a fun little cabaret song they're performing.
Hardly know where to begin.
This is what, 2 years later?
Rocks and lasers, the twist and the pill.
Is this the twist?
In Brazil.
That no one wants to fill.
Was that Boca Raton, historically, which is also mentioned in the Sondheim Show Roadshow?
And Nixon didn't win.
Goodbye, then.
I don't know enough about history to keep up with this.
2 years that were cozy.
This song walked so Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire could run.
Sticky,
But better him than Dickie.
now meet the first family with class. En masse.
Lovely work on that soprano line. This is like an Irish jig. It's that little bit in the middle of the Legally Blonde remix.
There's Bobby.
And Jackie.
And Jack. And myriads more in the back. There's Ethel and Teddy and Pat alone.
Plus Eunice.
And Peter.
And
If you don't like this vibe, this is the whole song.
And hold the phone, the one
I think it's cute.
One in the army. Captain, Major, Sergeant. That's it. So many cards.
Are they doing a Bostonian accent? And if so, why?
Well, one is good looking.
Is that the Kennedy
Well, one is
accent?
good-looking and young and
Boston? I
rich.
guess
The rest
like
are
Grey
good-looking and
Gardens.
young and
Oh
rich.
yeah.
There isn't a lot that they lack. Not
I
Bob
only
and
know
Jackie,
about
Jack
American
and
politics and
Pat
history
and
through
Eunice
other
and Pat
musicals.
And Joan and Steve and Peter and Jean and Sarge. There's probably dozens of others at large. God knows. And Joe and Rose.
Some of these are in Grey Gardens. That's how I know who they are.
We're bringing back style to the White House.
Lovely little waltz.
I'm painting it beige for a start.
Did that lyric used to be cream?
We're making it into a
I'm sure on the OBC it wasn't beige.
glamour
And beauty.
and all
Of the Budapest playing Vivaldi.
Ooh, a little row there. We had to wait for Vivaldi. It was a surprise.
I'll get Leontine Price to sing her medley from Meister Singer.
I mean, these rhymes.
And Margot Fontaine to dance Giselle.
Could anyone other than Sondheim, with the immense cultural, like, wealth of cultural knowledge that he had, write these kinds of lyrics? That's fun.
Read poems and stuff.
Danny Radcliffe getting to pretend he's British while being British and pretending to be American. Lovely.
Gesundheit.
The Russian soprano, just pronouncing her name is refreshing
I love that. Very Kelly O'Hara.
Mwah! We're bringing back style to the White House.
Beautiful work.
With casual culture, the rule. Let's have Tibaldi.
She makes a guy feel good.
And Oleg Cassini, well, I think he's real good.
I mean, you know which rhyme is coming.
And Callas.
And Gielgud.
You know they're going to rhyme it with
And
Gielgud.
later, when everything's cool, we'll push them all into the pool.
This song does go on a while.
Bobby, I'll make you Attorney General. Just get off my back.
With Bobby.
And Jackie.
And Jack, the White House is under attack. 8 years is the limit, but 8 will do.
By then there'll be Bobby.
And Teddy, too.
Or Peter or Stephen.
Or even you.
Oh! And then there's
That
the
was very
Colonel.
nice.
Colonel.
Major.
You know.
Sergeant.
Dozens to pick up the slack.
Hey.
If anything goes out of whack.
Hey.
And someday elections will be unknown.
Because each of our kids will ascend the throne.
And their kids have more kids with kids of their own.
That is not how your story ends. I know that from
Sort of a
Assassins.
family knack. Till most of the nation's made up of relations of Bobby and Jackie and Jack and Ethel.
I love that internal rhyme. Was that an internal rhyme? Most of the nation's made up of relations.
And Rose and Rose and Rose and Rose and Rose and Rose and Rose. The decade is starting anew.
Deadly.
And maybe the country is too.
So hopeful, so young, naive, one might say.
I'm so happy to be married.
This is now. We're in the same time period.
Actually, I'm just happy to be marrying you, period.
Does that make
And I
that
very
their
much
wedding
would like to
song?
thank our dear close friends.
That's not a good wedding song. This, also not a good wedding song, actually, as it happens. You'll find out why.
Not a day goes by. Not a single day.
Lindsay Mendez gonna break your heart. The jazzy placement on day there.
Somewhere a part of my life. And it looks like
What we have here is like happy wedding going on. Can I reach any of these plushes to illustrate this? I think you understand.
I keep thinking, when does it end?
It's the parallel that you can sing the same lyrics and one person can be happy about it and someone in the background watching longingly can be despairing.
and stronger and deeper
Happy.
and nearer and simpler and freer.
Both happy, young, happy, naive.
And no, not a day goes by.
Two happy, one sad.
Not a blessed day.
Just one sad.
But you somewhere come into my life, and you don't go away, and I have to say, if you do, I'll die.
One of the best, like, unrequited love moments in musical theatre, I think.
After day after day after day after day after day
Oh, Mary.
after day till the days
You deserve better than this, Mary.
till the days go by.
He'll never be good enough for you.
Till the days go by.
Oh, she's so young. She has so much love to give. That may just win Lindsay Mendez a Tony Award for Best Supporting Actress in a Musical. You heard it here. Well, you didn't hear it here first. It's the talk of the town. What's next?
Dreams don't die, so keep an eye on your
Suspenseful pause there. It's camp. Again, we have this creeping, like... They could start doing Magic to Do. Wouldn't surprise me.
You can't give up on
dreams.
Some roads are easy.
This is what my sleep paralysis demons sound like. All uphill. This sounds like a really unhelpful sat-nav. You're like, which exit do I take from this roundabout? And they're like, keep an eye on your dreams. Bending through the countryside. I can't tell if this is like a great mantra to start your day with or an awful unhelpful one. That's where we're gonna land. Oh, that was fun. That little scoop up into a party.
How was it? You're not serious.
Do you mean
That does it. You're not serious.
have you seen
How was it? You're
we
not
popped the
serious.
most
That does it. You're not serious. How was it?
That gets old very quick. The darling thing. Apparently I know none of those words.
I have invited the richest and the most influential people in this town.
You'll hear
tonight.
this again.
Not one of whom is as rich
This little
or influential
underscoring.
as you're going to.
Du-du-du-du-du-du-du.
I
And she's
call
gonna
them
sing it. It's gonna
the
pop up in the
Blob.
melody.
They absorb everything. Meet the blob. The bodies you read about. The ones who know everyone. That everyone knows. Hi, dreadful, fabulous. Meet the blob. Not many and yet.
I'm wearing black and white. I'd fit right into this party scene.
They come as a set. And we're in their
I believe from recollection, based on the way they're costumed, Jonathan Groff as Frank fits in accidentally without meaning to. Daniel Radcliffe and Lindsay Mendez do not. They are wearing the wrong colours for a very deliberately black and white party. Again, there's cultural references here I don't understand.
What you might call a glut, but they're the most important people in the most important city, in the most important country, in the you-know-what.
Love that line. What are you talking about? What's happening in this party?
Knowing what you want, darling, that's the thing you
This is
have
giving me
to
like Yzma from Emperor's New Groove in her youth.
You'll get
This is Gussie Carnegie making a calculated play for what she wants.
have a little patience.
A little bit Elizabeth Taylor-esque. A little bit Dynasty, a little bit Yzma.
Climbing mountains can be slow, darling.
It mostly is.
Easy as you climb.
Again, good
I'd say
direction
you're
advice.
a winner, also a beginner, one step at a time.
She actually gives some salient advice in this show, but the motivations behind it are decidedly murky. Love this.
It's what they call growing up. It's when we're
It's
all
the up.
starting
You know she's not being
out.
genuine because of the way she sings up, because it's still seductive. She's not saying growing up.
Growing up.
It's that
You hate the delay.
It's still a seduction.
But after
If she sang that up properly, it might be an earnest moment.
you'll be on your way.
But it's not. It's not.
So what do you say?
I also love how she's switched gears so many times to try and like appeal to him,
All right.
and that's how she
quiet,
eventually
buddy.
does
I
with
have next
this
to
feigned
me
honesty.
The most exciting composer ever. And he is going to play a song he's written. This song is from a little show that they want to do.
You've heard this
that
song
we
already.
hope will be in a big show.
It
that
was
we
Who
want
Wants to Live in New York? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum-ba-dum. But it has now evolved. For one thing, it's not in the key I was just singing in. And it's slower and lovely.
It started out like a song.
This is one of those musical theatre moments where they've written a song, but the lyrics
And slow
also mean something about them as characters, but not as far as they know.
one morning I woke to realize
Or do they?
we had a good
Is
thing.
Charlie writing lyrics that are pseudo-autobiographical here? Discuss.
It's not that nothing went wrong.
It's a nice vocal from Daniel Radcliffe here.
Some angry
He's not
moments,
playing a
of
singer,
course,
he's playing a writer,
just a
lyricist.
few. And
who can capably enough sing their song, but he's also a character who is singing in this moment within the plot.
And if I wanted too much, was that such a mistake at the time?
It's those kinds of lyrics that are just peerless Sondheim.
Never wanted enough, all right, tough. I don't make that a crime.
I used to think constantly about that when I was younger and it didn't make any sense to me. And then so much Sondheim, I find, begins to make more sense as you get older. Almost all of it, really.
And while it's going along, you take for granted some love will wear away.
All of this, very deep, very meaningful.
For granted a lot.
Some songs, some shows in their entire show don't capture as much easy wisdom as Sondheim finds in a single sentence.
Instead of just kept on.
That duality there.
We had a good thing.
King of the turn of phrase.
Going.
Falling melody.
Going.
This would be a great song to sing as an auctioneer. Doesn't quite capture the frenzied pace of an auction situation. Nonetheless.
Wait.
This is one of those cringe moments.
Tell them.
Frank, no.
I hate second-hand embarrassment.
And do you know what true greatness is? It's knowing when to get off.
I'll sing with you. Come on.
It's a good call.
It started out like a song.
There are very few songs I've ever heard that I've been so excited about I've had to play them back to back. Not never,
With no surprise.
but also usually not ballads. If this was an up-tempo, this would go very differently.
I said, Joe, this show will be a watershed.
Is that, I'm constantly wondering, is that meant to be a good thing? Is that meant to be a bad thing? Does that mean just a lot of people are going to cry?
Some angry
Did you hear?
moments, of
You're
course,
not serious.
just a few, and only moments no more because we knew we had this good thing.
See, I've just picked up on that, but that annoys me. Again, you have the producer who told them the song, this same song, wasn't, like, humble enough, humming along to the melody. The melody hasn't changed in all this time. They changed the lyrics, and they slowed it down. I'm just contributing to the noise now, to this cacophony. Don't shush me, I have things to say. The fact they're singing loud over the noise, and then everyone stops and they have to go back to being quiet. Very funny. Using my blob shoulders. Ah, that's a transition that doesn't normally happen.
He's only a boy.
We're now the other side of
Why do I think he
the intermission.
loves me? Maybe he loves what I.
No, we're at the start of Act 2.
Maybe he thinks that
Yes,
I am
yes.
come through
But we've
for
moved
him.
backwards in time, and there's no transition here because it's the opening of Act 2. I understand what I've done here. So if you're listening to it in reverse, this is where you have to be careful, because there's no transition moment before the song.
Baby, you're a baby.
This is another
And the man I
art imitating
felt
life,
needs me.
because this is Gussie in character in a show as an actress singing a song
Okay,
that,
the
again,
moon
a
is
further
cheese.
evolution of the song we just heard. You're about to hear that melody again.
And I love the guy I shouldn't, and I don't the one I should.
Art imitating life.
Love is blind and I go for the kind that I finally find is
That could be slower. It's my only criticism so far. Showbiz. Kick line. Kick wherever you are. Kick at your office chair. Kick on the sofa. Are you walking to work? Kick. Kick will change on the street. Kick on the subway. It demands it. I'm kicking here, you just can't tell. You'll have to believe me. Can we spare a moment for the vocals? Yes, Krystal Joy Brown. Nice. A period-appropriate riff. That, of course, was Good Thing Going, shoehorned into a big, splashy Broadway number. Excuse me.
Listen to that. Will you listen to that?
And this is their reaction from by the stage door. I don't know why they're not at least backstage. In the foyer. How much can you hear from the stage door, really?
Listen to that.
Some stage doors.
Listen to that.
Does that make you feel proud? Well,
I love this song.
just proud. Okay, wait. I'll tempt fate and I'll state it out loud.
Oh, a nice little straight tone moment there.
That's the sound
Of what? Christ.
hit. It's a hit, gang. I think this is it. No more writing clever little shows for those basement saloons. No
This
more
reminds me a little bit of the
proclamations from
Nutcracker,
the
Tchaikovsky's
can't
Nutcracker.
No more sneaking in at intermission to the plays you wish you could afford.
That's what I was telling you about earlier. Second acting.
Whenever they're bored.
And to say right away as you play the first chord. Boys, it's very, what is the word? Interesting. And if I had even the slightest
This is a fun
belief
vamp.
any audiences would come, I would do it in a minute. Next! Where I hit.
Standing up the whole bit.
No more coaching.
That's a changed lyric. I think that used to be, "You're ahead, you should quit."
Secondhand pianos with 6 broken keys.
No more
I like
agents
that.
giving you opinions as they turn you
The
over to their
discordant
minions.
chord.
For these guarantees, we should please thank the Lord. It's a hit.
Will my folks have a fit after all of that baloney they made me go through? All that honey, not that he's a phony, but what does he do? What the faces
I like that she does it with the
see on
southern
their souls,
accent.
someone handing the phone in
Per this
a
revival.
Tony Award.
This is meant to represent spinning.
All the hundreds of people who have turned down every show I have ever written, so that I could win tonight for this one.
Yay!
Thank you.
Did Sondheim ever say that in a Tony speech? He should have said that in a Tony speech.
Tell me, is that a noise or is
If
that
Jonathan
a noise
Groff
that
wins the
isn't noise
Tony,
we've
that's
been
what he
waiting
should say.
all of our lives to hear?
This is where we kick into a different gear.
Listen to
Listen to that.
honey, is that a noise or is that a noise? That is the loveliest noise for a breadwinning wife to hear.
Oh, that's a good lyric for a breadwinning wife to hear. And the placement on obscene. Oh my gosh, too much is happening.
That's the sound of an audience losing its mind. It's the Pope on his balcony blessing mankind.
Folks, it's funny, girl, fiddler, and darling, cowboy.
Big scoop.
Duh.
It's a hit. It's a hit. It's a palpable hit.
Love these drums.
Only even runs a minute, at least it's so wet. It's the theater.
There used to be a cabaret series called If It Only Even Runs a Minute, which was a show all about short-lived Broadway flops, as this originally was.
Is we're still old friends.
There you go.
Nothing can kill old friends.
I'm going to subtitle this song for you, but only these 2 words.
Friends don't need success to survive.
This lyric used to be "We're still good friends." I'm sure of it.
Old friends, what's to discuss? Old friends, we've got a surefire, genuine
One of these words is palpable.
buster. Lines down to Broadway, Buffalo, sensational. Box office, Lollapalooza, gonna get you.
None of them were palpable. I was sure one of them was palpable. Did one of them used to be palpable? Did I miss palpable?
It's a hit, it's a hit, it's a hit, it's a hit.
Nice harmonies. Ah, they should start a barbershop group when all of this is over. We're going forwards in time again. But this time with flute.
Yesterday is done. Yesterday is done.
Lovely.
The pretty countryside.
This is like turning from Les Mis, but with less death.
We roll along, roll along.
Not no death, but less.
Gathering dreams.
I joke. No one dies during this show. Shortly afterwards, perhaps.
Flashing by the countryside, everybody.
I like the little everybody. Very jazzy.
Following
Lots of jazzy choices have been made with this score.
rolling along, rolling along, rolling along,
Ba, 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 da, ba.
rolling along.
You better roll. You roll that along. Roll it like Indiana Jones. I don't know where that came from.
Frank, but I will hurt you if I have to.
Oh gosh, it's already sad.
How do you think he is, Frank? I keep thinking I could have stopped it.
Listening
I
to it
was
this way,
born
this
without
that
Bessie. I could have
marriage
stopped it.
really went downhill fast.
Do you still love me?
Did you sleep with her, Frank?
They were getting married not that long ago. They had like, what, one successful show? Changed him completely.
Not a day goes by,
So you hear how this is actually a reprise,
not a single.
but this would normally be the first time you'd hear it in the show. Because I'll remind you, we're listening to the show backwards.
You're a part of my life, and it looks like you'll stay as the days go by.
Sad.
I keep thinking, when does it end? Where's the day I'll have started forgetting? But I just go on thinking and sweating and cursing and crying and turning and reaching.
This is an
and
incredible
waiting
song.
And dying and no.
Dying is that last punch on that line. And then no breath after it, just like this and dying and no. Oh. The cry quality in this vocal delivery. Mwah. Exceptional.
And you won't go away, so there's hell to pay. And until I die,
Perfect strings.
I'll die day after day after day after day after day after day.
It's that after.
Day, till the days go by. Till the days go by.
Big contender for best song in the score.
Till the days go by.
Always reminds me a bit of Time Heals Everything from Mac and Mabel, just in terms of its structure. Tuesday, Thursday, April, August. Day after day after day. Maybe because they just both allude to time. I don't know. I always think that's going to be longer, and it's not. That's it. It's a quick divorce. Spoiler alert. No.
So you made a mistake, so you're singing the blues, so you'll take some time, go visit some.
These lyrics are all different to the original, and it throws me completely.
Right?
What you need is a break. I'll arrange a nice cruise. You're relaxed.
Believe it or not, this starts in divorce, like they're consoling him mid-divorce. It's going to be a bop by the end. Just you wait. Happened.
Sit in the sun, you'll come back with a tan, then we'll do that show you've always been talking.
The side is retired, so we start another
Oh,
rating.
starting.
On a boat is such fun. We'll come back a changed man. I've had lots of guests and no one's squawking.
Feels like an ending, but it's really a beginning, right?
This is where they're like, yeah, you cheated on your wife and she's taking your young child and divorcing you and you're going to be financially ruined by the whole thing, but take this cruise.
Life is crummy, well now you
That'll sort
know.
everything. This is the real
Like a
honesty.
Big surprise. People love you and tell you lies. Bricks can tumble from clear blue skies. Put your dimple down, now you know.
Great lyrics.
Okay, there you go. That's the sum of it, now you know.
One of my favourite moments in the show, Lindsay doing this.
Flowers wilt, it's called apples rot. It's called thieves get rich and saints get shot. It's called God don't answer prayers a lot. Okay, now you know.
That's maybe my favourite lyric in the whole show.
Okay, now you know. Now forget it, don't fall apart at the seams. It's called letting go your illusions and don't confuse them with dreams. If the going
The vocal
slow,
placement on
don't
these
regret it and
illusions
don't
and
let's go to
dreams,
extremes.
crazy.
It's called what's your choice? It's called count to 10. It's called burn your bridges, start again. You should burn them every now and then, or you'll never grow.
The way she makes it jazzy.
Now you grow. That's the killer. Is now you
That's
grow.
the killer.
You're right, nothing's fair and it's all a plot. And tomorrow doesn't look too hot, right? You better look at what you got over here. Hello.
The full-bodied
Okay, now you know.
tone on that hello and that no at the end. Oh, always tickles me how that bit is so great and then it ends and they just go back to what they were saying before. I always think that's Frank's other like wealthy fair weather friends not really listening to what Mary's saying, even though she's giving him all the right advice. They're just telling him well-meaning lies. That line used to be, even cream of wheat has lumps. Momentum. I told you this was going to turn into a bop.
But you gotta let go, gotta do it from scratch. Take a long deep breath, go back to your sources. A little vacation, which is all about forgetting.
You got this, Jonathan Groff.
Right, then we'll do a new show. No, we'll do a whole batch. Maybe one that's all about divorces. I mean a divorce court. What a fascinating setting, right?
Ironic. This is great. Creeping melody, overlaying. It's another chalk one up for countryside. Your time, referencing our time. This slaps so hard. No reason for this to go this hard. Do you love it?
Because now you roll, life's a killer, so now you roll. You're right, nothing's fair, and it's all a plot, and tomorrow doesn't look too hot. You better look at what you got.
Bada, 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 bada.
Over here, hello. Over here, hello. It's here, hello. It's here, hello.
What I love here. Wait for it. They've been singing right to reassure him, and this is as he's leaving for the cruise. They're saying right, like, please write to us. I saw a tweet about that the other day. Again, I haven't checked that in the lyrics, but I'm convinced. They're like, please write. Moving forwards in time again. He's gone on the cruise. He's returning from the cruise. What feels like years later, but it's... I guess it's not. What? Where did he go on the cruise? We are jumping at least a year forwards. Was he on a cruise over... How long was he on this cruise? Was this a festive cruise? Multiple cruises? Was it a Disney cruise? When did they start the Disney cruise? I don't think they had the Disney cruises in the late 60s. When was the moon landing? Not related to the Disney cruise line. Well, that was fun. That's how I want to enter every new year of my life.
Who's like us? Damn few.
Once again, I'm going to be able to subtitle select words of this song for you. Are you ready?
Hey, old friend, are you okay? Old friend, what do you say?
This is fun.
Old friend,
I feel useful.
Are we or are we unique? Time goes by, everything else keeps changing.
There's a great simplicity to these lyrics.
We get continued.
Anyone who suggests that like every Sondheim song is like wordy and intellectual, this is a great foil to that argument.
The grade, new ones are quickly made.
If he can say all of this, why does he not recognize the issues in his own life, that he's surrounding himself with the wrong people? Sorry.
What's to discuss, old friend?
I had one job.
Here's to us.
Da ba da ba da. Not in this one.
Like us. Damn few.
That's from the overture. That's why I'm doing that.
So, old friend,
A little bit faster.
slow, old
Oh, I love this.
Start from hello,
I love the flute action there.
old friend, I want the when,
I haven't been pointing.
where, and how.
What am I doing here?
Old friends do tend to become old habit. Never knew.
I got
how
distracted
much
by
I miss you
flautists.
till now.
Most friends fade or they don't make the grade. New ones are quickly made. Some of them worth something too.
Here we go.
But us old friends wants to discuss old friends.
tell you something.
Change of pace.
Good
Ba-da, ba-da,
friends
ba-da, ba-da,
point
ba.
out your lies, whereas old friends live and let live.
Ba-da.
Good friends like and advise, whereas
I just keep doing this with my hands.
friends love and forgive.
Old friends.
Old friends let you go your own way.
Do they though?
Help you find your own way.
Qualify it.
Let you off when you're wrong.
If you're wrong, when you're wrong.
Right or wrong, the point is old friends shouldn't care if you're wrong.
She has no time for this.
Should, but not for too long. What's too long? If you're wrong, when you're wrong.
The thing is, old friends do leave their brands on you, but old
Like a horse.
friends shouldn't compete.
Do horses get branded? I hope not.
Don't make demands on you.
What's even the
Make
point?
demands on you.
Well, don't make demands you can't meet.
Well, what's the point of demands you can meet?
Well,
I've spent so much time considering Charlie delivering that lyric and what he means by that. Demands you can't meet. It's,
Hey, old friends, how do we stay? Old friends.
I got distracted by Lindsay screaming.
Old friends, how an old friendship survives. One day, chums having a laugh a minute. One day comes and they're a part of your lives. New friends pour through the revolving door.
I hate revolving
Maybe
doors.
there's one that's more
Fun
if
fact.
you find one
Huge
that
rational fear of them.
but us old friends, what's to discuss? Old friends, here's to us.
ba-da-da-da-da.
Who's like us? Two old friends, fewer won't do. Old friends, gotta have two old friends.
I don't think I've ever heard what that lyric was before. Two old friends, fewer won't do. What did I think that was?
For your faults and fancies,
one persuade you.
that the other one's wrong. Most
I love how they all start singing on wrong.
or they don't make
Playful arguing. It won't last, sadly.
made perfect as long as they're new.
I'm ready.
But us old friends, what's to discuss? Old friends, here's to us. Who's like us? Damn few.
Lovely. Big bam. Yay. Lovely little button there, because that number deserves applause. Almost instantly, though. It's not going to a sad place yet. We're going to an introspective place first. Frank has things to weigh. This is the introduction to Good Thing Going, but not the version used in the Broadway show. He's playing an older version of the song for him. The version he wrote with Charlie and what they intended it to be. Never picked up on that.
Thanks, old friends.
I was ready. That's interesting, isn't it?
Keep reminding me.
Because this is not what Good Thing Going sounded like by the time it was in Gussie and Joe's show.
Friends always
Damn it.
seem to come through. Frank will too. So, old friends, now it's time to start growing up.
It's a lovely song. This was not in the original version of the show.
Seeing things as they are.
There's one exceptional lyric in this.
Facing facts, not escaping them, still with dreams, just reshaping them, growing up.
That's the one. I love that lyric.
Charlie
Still
is
with
a
dreams,
hothead,
just
Charlie
reshaping
won't
them.
budge. Charlie is a friend.
Cling to that.
Charlie is a screamer.
Don't you let him
Charlie
go.
won't bend. Charlie's in your corner. Mary is a dreamer.
See, he knows it
Mary's
now.
a friend.
What happens to that?
Mary is a nudge.
His
Mary
ego
is a
gets
jury.
bruised. That's what
Charlie's a
happens.
judge.
This man needs
Charlie
therapy.
is a dropout. Everything's a cop-out. Why is it old friends don't want old friends to change?
I don't think that's the problem. I don't think you think that's the problem.
That's the way you keep learning.
Well, we're doing some rationalizing now here, aren't we, Jonathan?
So old friends.
Did people not go to therapy in the 60s? Did men not go to therapy in the 60s? Did people not work on themselves?
Getting out of the past.
What's interesting, though, He started by playing the piano introduction to a song he'd written with his friend, but he's reprising advice he heard from Gussie. She sang Growing Up to him years ago. He's now reprising her melody. That means something in musicals. Not a coincidence. Who bends with the road? Motorists don't need to do that. Cyclists? Do cyclists bend with the road?
Growing up, understanding that growing never ends.
Another great lyric.
Like old dreams.
Like old dreams.
Old dreams.
Like old friends. Old friends. Old friends. Is that the last time we hear the melody? AKA the first time we heard the melody in the show. Is that the last time we're going to hear it?
Life is knowing what you want.
That was a teaser of Franklin Shepherd Inc.
That's the
I thought that was what's happening next, but no. First we have Gussie.
As I told you moons ago, darling, nothing wrong with wanting.
See, we know she said that because we're listening to it backwards. But for the audience in the theatre, she's saying, as I told you moons ago, and they'll find that out later.
Also, nothing wrong with not.
They're getting like a full puzzle that you're slowly taking the puzzle pieces away from, and they then understand. That's not a good metaphor, honestly, because clarity only comes at the end of the show. I love this transition. It's still the seductive ah, but there is a shade more honesty to this than the rest of what she sings. I always think she's going for broke a bit here, or she ends up going for broke in the scene afterwards. She is quite desperate. That was lovely. That comes out of nowhere. That's how you know the whole thing is a thinly veiled seduction. She's like, here's some salient advice about your life. By the way, I think you're really hot. This is why you need a licensed therapist, Franklin. This woman's bed is not a psychologist's couch.
Once it's clearly understood, darling, better go and
How did he even get visitation with his child, honestly?
things can slip away for good.
Darling.
What is it you really?
I wondered what was going to rhyme with grab it then, but there was no rhyme. It's like the elevator jazz version of Growing Up Now. Do you still get elevator jazz? I don't hear enough elevator jazz in my day. Growing up, growing up. Transition. Moving forwards.
How did you get to be here?
What was the moment?
That was very... I liked the power behind that choral thing. She was like asking the question then, what was the moment?
Keep an eye on your dreams. Or before you know
That's a great lyric as well.
you are.
Roads may wind and you may find what you've left behind is your dream.
So much is said about roads in this show. Bending with the road.
How does it happen? Dreams take once it was all so clear. Time goes, how can you get so far off the track?
Should I be writing this
Why
down
don't you turn around?
as I approach my 30s?
How does it happen? Where is the moment? When did the road behind disappear?
It seems to me like they're asking more questions than they're answering. I don't know how helpful this chorus really is.
Get to be here.
1975.
They should also start a barbershop group. Can have rival barbershop groups.
Hey, old friend, what do you say? Old friend.
Should have seen this coming.
Make it okay, old friend.
Reprising
Give
this.
the old friendship a break. Why so grim? We're going on forever.
This is the third time this melody appears, but the first, really.
Too many lives are at stake.
Again, still a jazziness like the steak.
This long has to mean something.
Has to mean. I love the acting performances on this cast recording. Like, it sounds gorgeous. Beautiful vocals. That through.
Old friend, what's to discuss? Old friend, here's
But
to
acting at every turn of the bending road.
Damn few.
I love that she's trying to reassure him. She's like, hey, be positive. And then he sings the last line of her song. She's like, now I'm going to be really depressing.
Charlie, why can't it be like it was?
You were trying to cheer him up. What happened to that?
Liked it the way
The
that
jazziness
it
of
was.
I.
Charlie, you and me, we were nicer than.
This lyric is a little random.
We were nice. Kids and cities and trees were nice.
Trees were nice.
Everything.
Is that about deforestation? I don't think it is. Very potent lyric. No breath through that either. Lovely phrasing. This is the jazziest anyone's breakdown has ever sounded. It's the fast little vibrato, like remembering. So good.
It was good. It was really good. Help me out, Charlie.
There's something very modern about Lindsay Mendez' voice, but also very classic.
It was. Come on. We both know it was better, Charlie. You know, the three of us.
And you, come on, Mary, we are not the three of us anymore. Now we are one and one and one.
Charlie, nothing's the way that it was. I wanted
Light percussion.
the way that it was. God knows things were easier than
Were they? Were they? I heard your song earlier.
trouble is, Charlie.
I heard that Not a Day Goes By.
Everyone does.
I don't know when the last time you were really happy was, Mary.
The way it is, on the way it was.
I just don't think she's being honest with herself. Everyone needs therapy. Everyone in this show needs therapy. That's what I'm hearing here. Sondheim loves a final lyric that twists everything on its head.
Jesus, Mary. After all these years, you're still in love with the guy.
Exactly.
You gotta help save me then, Charlie.
Oh. Give her a Tony Award with which to dry her eyes. Somebody, please. Why can they see the problems in each other and not them? Speaking of which,
How do we work together?
I wish you wouldn't.
Sure. He goes. And I go. And soon we're humming along.
I love this song.
Writing a song.
From the first time I saw Daniel Evans perform it.
He goes. And I go. And the phone goes.
My tapping should really look different.
And he goes mutter, 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 mutter. Yes, Jerome. Mutter, no, Jerome. Mutter, 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 mutter. That's his lawyer, Jerome. Mutter, 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 mutter. Do it, Jerome. Click sorry, Charlie. So I go. And he goes.
Can you tell I can't play piano and I've never had a typewriter?
And soon we're tapping away. Sorry, Charlie. It's secretary. On the intercom. Yes, miss. It's a messenger. Thank
This
you,
number
miss.
always
Will you
looks
tell him
both
to wait?
fun
Will
and
you order the
exhausting
car?
to
Will you
perform.
call the bank? Will you wire the ghost? Will you ding? Sorry, Charlie. Mutter, 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 mutter.
I like
Sell
that.
stock, mutter, buy the rights. Mutter, 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 mutter. Let me put you on.
I like the vocal fry that creeps into his voice.
Thanks, miss. Will you tell
And
him
his
to wait?
Ms.
Will
Bzz
you wire
voice.
the car? Will you order the ghost? Will you send up the bank?
The characterization of this, very fun.
The stocks get sold and the rest of us, he
Dan
keeps
Radcliffe
on
does
building
hysterical
the
very well as
and
Charlie.
sell corporation. Right. So I play at home with my wife and kids and I wait to hear the movie bids, and I've got a little sailboat, and I'm into meditation. Right. He flies
Love this
off
melody.
to California. I discuss him with my shrink.
He has a therapist.
That's the story of the way we work. Me and Franklin Shepherd Inc.
They probably should have prepared more for this TV interview with the therapist.
No,
Frank. When you do work together, I've always been curious, which generally comes first, the words or the music?
I can't remember if that's based on an actual anecdote as well.
That sounds like you think making money is a bad thing.
But obviously Sondheim, at this point in his career, was composer and lyricist.
Did I say money? No, I like money a lot. I mean, it's better than not. But when it's money.
This, I think, is the moment where he loses him.
Money.
This is just slightly less than flattering.
Listen, Frank does the money thing very well. But you know what? Other people do it better. And Frank does the music
I like the orchestration beneath
very
this.
well. And you know what? No one does it better. Still, the telephones blink and the buzzers buzz, and I really don't know what he does, but he makes a ton of money. And a lot of it for me. Right. So I think
conflict,
okay, and I
conflict.
start to play, but he somehow knows, because right away it's the ring. Hiya, buddy. Want to write a show? I got a great idea. We'll own all the rights with a 2-week out and a turnaround on that guarantee, plus a gross % of the billing clause. And there I am in California.
This man does not like California.
Talking deals and turning pink.
Maybe that's why.
Back in business, and I mean just that. Back with Franklin Shepherd Inc. Very sneaky how it happens. Much more sneaky than you think. Start with nothing but a song to sing. Next year, Franklin Shepherd. Oh, wait a second. Wait 1 second. I am getting in too deep here.
That kind of feeds back to, it started out like a song, start with nothing but a song to sing.
Is like a garden. You have to water it and tend it and care about it.
It's a lovely metaphor for something he came up with on the fly, although a writer, so, you know.
And I want it back. Look,
I'm pretty sure they say he wins a Pulitzer after this.
nothing permanent has happened. Just a temporary kink. Friendship's something you don't
The creepy
really
underscoring.
lose. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let me lose the greatest composer any lyricist has ever had. Phone him, write him, stop him on the street.
He's so close to bringing it back.
Anyone going through his checkbook.
Oh, so close.
And tell that man to get back to his piano. Very sneaky how it happens. Every day you're on the
This was the ego bruising I was telling you about.
First the prizes, then the interviews. Oh my God, I think it's happened!
I love that whole thing being up the octave.
Quick before I sink. One more triumph that I can't refuse. In case you didn't notice, this is my first time on TV and my last note. Here's the point, whatever happens.
Chaos and cacophony.
Then we'll all go have a drink. That's the guy I love, the fella who
The love.
inside.
It's not the best vocal performance of this song you will hear, but the acting, the characterization, the commitment.
Inside, Franklin Shepherd, just write him care of any bank USA. Inc.
Nice. Nice. Solid. Now we move forwards in time again. That was the first time we saw Charlie in the musical, and the last we're going to hear of him now on this cast. The sad thing about listening to it in correct chronological order is he's now just gone. Like, we don't have our time at the end to at least see the three of them together. I didn't think about how depressing this is going to get. Beth's gone. Charlie's gone. The child is gone.
Flashing by the countryside.
Again, many references to the... Which countryside specifically? I get it's a metaphor. It's just, it's referenced a lot. There's a lot of referencing to the countryside. Like, you know how like an online word count thing sometimes, it will tell you like in your text what the most popular words you've used are? Countryside may be one of the most used words in this entire score.
Time goes by and hopes go dry, but you still can't.
Is this our first transition? Nice harmonies.
Dreams take time.
Dreams take time.
Time goes by.
So slowly. No, that's Ghost. That's Unchained Melody from Ghost. Should I make this menu alarm? I can't tell if this is a motivational way to start your day or not. I just feel like there's something in it. Also, slightly sinister. That sock line.
How did you get to be here?
We are going to hear him again.
How did you get to be here?
Goodbye, Daniel.
Pick yourself a role.
No, he's still here. He's still here.
Get to know the countryside.
What is with the countryside?
Merrily, merrily.
What is happening in the countryside? I've been to the countryside. It's nice.
Waking up the countryside.
I don't think it's inherently linked to like my being and my dreams. You can absolutely hear Lindsay in that. I forget how long this transition is. What are we changing a set here? My god. Never look back. Quieter. Louder. I keep waiting for them to say, Mr. Shepherd! Because the original opening... My god, this is still going! This is the longest transition in the history of the world. When they're done with this, are we going to be in the 2000s? This is so long. Dreams that will explode. Lots to think about. I'm rolling. Roll with me. Here we go.
I said, Frank, this picture
My
is
blob
a
shoulders are back.
watershed.
Again, I don't know what that
I
means.
said, Frank, one day you'll run my studio.
I said, Frank, will you listen to that response? I said, Frank really knows what the public wants.
I said, Frank, this
I wonder if
picture
this
is a
show existed within the same realm as Sunset Boulevard. All those characters would overlap.
The guy is too much. Hey, the party's outside.
This is an updated version of the song that used to be, I believe.
How about more champagne?
He has taste, he has talent.
Is he the best? Plus a fine head for
The
business.
man is blessed.
I wrote the screenplay for Frank's movie.
Your secret's safe with me.
So,
Drunk Lindsay
what do you
Mendez
really
may be my
follow?
favourite Lindsay
I
Mendez.
drink.
Her name is Mary.
Really do.
I really drink. What a friend, what a host.
And he's worked
Great
his
line
brains,
reading.
Has a wife who is gorgeous.
A son who's straight. He's the type you can easily learn to hate. That Frank.
Weird. You 1970s people are weird.
I say let it never stop.
A little bit of a growl there.
It's our time coming through.
He does sound discernibly different. I mean, he's older. He's much older than when we started listening to this.
Don't you miss writing music?
He's worked out how to characterize his vocals to sound different. He's a very different person at this point. That's an egregious lyric.
No idea what charisma meant.
And you just can't be jealous, he's such a gent.
Like, other than her walking in a swimsuit being dripping wet,
Franklin.
Oh,
Is there any other way
This is
to
Mary
justify the
Flynn.
line, and what a
Mary
great pool?
is my deepest, closest, best friend in all the world.
Congratulations on the movie. Your performance will stay with me for a long time.
She's
We
a
go
critic.
way back.
But seldom forward.
I feel an
I said,
affinity to
Frank, you're
Mary.
coming down to Mexico.
I think Frank is moving
For
back
what?
to Paramount.
These are the
Like Norma
movers,
Desmond.
These are the shapers. These are the people who fill the papers. These are the friends of Frank. Each one a perfect blank.
See, they used to.
These are the movers. These are the
Their
shapers.
opinion changed because the lyric used to be, when you see a movie that bad, what on earth can you say? Congratulations. And it was the fact they were these fake Fair with the Friends.
God, we would have been so impressed. Now we're here with the most.
Now they just lack the taste to know that the movie's bad.
And notice who is their host.
They have no discerning critical opinion. Is Acapulco in Mexico, or was that just two different places really quick?
Out!
You'll know I know nothing about geography.
Who's like us?
Damn few.
Now, I heard a reliable rumor that you're selling the Malibu house.
You don't want it. The place doesn't even have a pool.
No pool. Trash it.
Let's have some coffee, Mary.
I'm sad her whole line
I
isn't
never
on
drank
there.
coffee.
No?
Caffeine isn't good for you.
Look, I'm aware this was just a
But I like
formula.
that so much of this dialogue is
But
on
my
there.
next picture, you wait.
I gave up waiting.
Tell him, Mary.
It began when I tasted communion wine.
That's a fun line.
Who says mustn't go too far? I say, look at where we are.
So many of the lyrics of this show could be on a coaster.
Our time coming through. I say good, me and you. I say roll. I say ride.
He's doing the growly
Hey, there's
thing.
Food outside.
Frank's movie was
He's doing the growly thing to sound older. I didn't even think I noticed that when I saw the show.
Frank made a star.
I love a movie.
What does that mean?
And you just can't be jealous, he's such a gent. He's the kind of a man who'll be president. That Frank. That Frank. That Frank. That Frank.
Yay. Are we at the overture? Oh my gosh. Doesn't really offer a strong narrative end to the show, but we get to finish on maybe the best musical theatre overture ever. I used to think it was Gypsy. I now think it's this. We're just going to dance to this now to close us out on this reaction. Wait for it. This is what I love. Big surprise, people love you and tell you lies. Those guys put your devil down. Don't fall apart at the seams. I like the way the melody changed there. Don't just go to extremes. Emphasis on the offbeats. Ba-da, 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 ba. Transition. Mysterious. Dreamlike. Slightly ethereal. Lovely flute work still. Bum 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 de dum. Very dizzy at this point. Why do I continue to do this to myself? So this is the first time the audience in the theatre at the Hudson hear this melody. And then they gradually hear it sort of carved back to its origins, which I think is cool. And it's in its sort of simple, honest form here as well. This is how it's meant to sound. This is not the overblown Broadway version, even though we're hearing it in a very splashy overture. But it comes in this section in the middle that's more pared down and laid back. Is this not a great overture? It has everything. Get ready. This I love. The character on that. Drums. This is back. Wait for the other melody to creep in. That's where Rich and Happy used to be. Days are sunny, working out for lots of money. I've just suddenly remembered. This is now best thing that ever could have happened. Is that a clarinet? An oboe? I want to tap dance to this. Da 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 ba. La 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 la, countryside. So good, so good. And that's it. That's the end. My goodness. Well, what did we learn? What did we learn, everyone? Listening to Merrily We Roll Along in correct chronological order. I think we learned that, you probably shouldn't because it doesn't really offer you a strong narrative conclusion, but I think it gave us insights into those characters that hadn't occurred to me before, and I've listened to this show and seen this show a lot, but I hope you enjoyed. That is it. That is the entire new Broadway cast recording of Merrily We Roll Along. Go and listen to it for yourselves. I'm going to go away and listen to it in the correct order. Let me know in the comment section down below what was your favourite song, what is your favourite moment on this cast recording, and what cast recording do you want me to react to here on my channel next. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe. More cast recording reactions coming out next weekend. Many more videos in between now and then. News, reviews, features, all of my usual stagey content. I hope that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day. For 10 more seconds, I'm MickeyJoTheatre. Oh my god, hey. Thanks for watching. Have a stagey day. Subscribe!